Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee. Today we're going to do a quick review of my Game Week 1 performance, see what we did well, see where we can improve, discuss the reasons why I went for the team I ended up on. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's a nice little click down below. Anyway, let's rock and roll. So in Game Week 1, not a great performance to be honest. He ended on 68 points, 3.4 million. Sounds like a lot, but it's on Game Week 1. I'm not too concerned. As long as I keep improving up to about Game Week 10 and I'm in about top 500,000 or so, give or take around Game Week 10, I'm not too concerned about it. I have had a slight rise in squad value by Chilwell and Saka going up by 0.1, and I've still got 0.5 in the bank. So I had a lot of blanks. Pickford, Udoja, Rashford, Eze, Foden, Bruno, all blanks for me. Udoji I selected because just kind of like the way seeing Spurs kind of lined up, penning people in. I thought I did predict Brentford were going to go with a back five, and I thought Spurs could pin them in and they wouldn't be able to escape essentially. I thought they got quite lucky with the penalty. I thought it was a really soft penalty, and people say, you know, we've chose people like Mbumo for those penalties, but you can't account for those penalties being soft penalties and lucky penalties. Like you watched the Man United Wolves game last night, that could have easily been a Wolves penalty, and Onana concedes and obviously doesn't keep the clean sheet. So there's just those small kind of swings where the Wolves teams have gone against me this week. One of those, I'm not going to knee jerk, I'm not going to rush things, I'm not going to force the situation. I chose this team for a reason. I'm going to stick with my process and go with it. Stupinan is an absolute baller, he's a beast. Saliba, I was always on Saliba anyway. I did see the Gabriel injury news. I was never that bothered because I was always on Saliba anyway. Pickford, a bit disappointed to want to get the 2 points. I thought Everton played quite well in the game. They had a lot of shots. They could have easily won the game. And I think if they score, I think even if they go 1-0 up, I think they keep a clean sheet and they actually beat Fulham 1-0. But they rack up a lot of XG. They have a lot of shots. They have a lot of chances. They eventually don't score. Fulham punish them basically, and Pickford concedes and only gets the 2 points. You get people like Johnson who keeps the clean sheet. It's one of those, like what can you do about it? Onto the United boys, Rashford and Bruno. We were just poor, just like really disjointed. I thought the midfield three of Bruno, Mount and Casemiro was just all over the place. I thought Casemiro had an absolute shocker. Like I have no idea what he was doing. Like he was just roaming from position. Like he was supposed to be playing defensive mid. I could see him on the left wing and stuff. Like just needs a lot more defensive discipline and a lot more positional awareness to kind of anchor down that midfield. Like we don't need someone drifting around. Like we've already got Mount and Bruno drifting around. We need that solid anchor in midfield. And Casemiro was just a mess last night. And I think he was the reason that, the reason why we had all these issues. Like you can have all these people pressing, and Mount and Bruno can press, but then you need someone behind to sweep up those pressures in case anyone breaks through. So like what was happening was Mount, Bruno and Casemiro was all pushing towards the ball. Like it was like watching children's football. Like he was just, there's the football, let's just run towards it. It's like, oh mate, it's kind of stuff you see like when you're watching like under 10s. Everyone just rushes towards the ball. So all it took was it was just so simple from Wolves. They got the ball, turned, and then it's literally Cunha running at the back line. I had no idea where Casemiro was. He just got done time and time again, and tactically, I don't know what's wrong. Ten Hag needs to get him in and sort that out, because I just thought it was just really embarrassing to watch. I mean, this is a team that statistically the worst attacking side in the league. They ranked 20th in all attacking metrics last season. To concede 24 shots against him is just embarrassing. Like absolute pathetic performance from them. I do expect Rashford and Bruno to be better against Spurs, who I think will push forward and attack. I think Rashford can exploit that space in behind. He's not a great number 9 when he's up against the low block. He's great when he's got space to run into. He's not a number 9. He never will be a number 9. He's a left winger, and like the sooner Højlund gets fit, then the better for us. Eze, just someone I'm really, really unlucky with there. He has something like 8 shots in the game. He racked up an expected assist of something like 0.8. You know, it's one of those where like an Mbumo and a João Pedro get the lucky penalty, like both really soft penalties, and Eze doesn't get one. not bitter about it. It's one of those. I'm still going to trust the process. I'm very happy with my pick of Eze. I think he's an absolute baller, and I'll just continue to pick him because he's one of those. I still think he's going to rack up 170 ish points throughout the course of the season. Foden, this was a bit of a knee-jerk from me reacting to Let's Talk Andy. I actually had Maddison in there, and about 10 minutes ago I switched to Foden. Obviously, like, Maddison was the play, but Foden up against Burnley, it was just too tempting for me not to go for it. And I did want that second City player in my team. I actually had Diaz in initially, but obviously, like, I knew he was out because of concussion protocol. So having Foden in, trying to exploit those Man City fixtures was the reason why I kind of kept him in there anyway. We all know what Saka can do. He's a beast. He's probably a mainstay for most of the season. Watkins, I mean, he could have easily scored in that game. Like, they still racked up nearly 2 XG against Newcastle. Like, they got battered 5-1, but like, they could have easily made it 2-2 and pushed on from there. Like, I think Matty Cash had a great chance as well. It's just one of those. I made a couple wrong decisions. I probably should have started Chilwell. I just fancied Udogie instead. One of those. There was a couple of dodgy results in there anyway. The Brentford Spurs, I think Spurs should have battered them. Like, they absolutely dominated the game. Brentford, really soft penalty, like I mentioned. The Chelsea-Liverpool game was really interesting. That could have gone either way. See, I see a lot of people jumping on a lot of Chelsea assets, but if that Salah goal gets given, it's 2-0, and then it's kind of essentially game over. So some of the things I'm quite happy with Houghton this week was obviously the Haaland captain. I mean, there's not much point in taking too many risks this early on the season. Like that old adage, you can't win it early, but you can lose it early. Although I didn't get a great score this week, imagine I captained someone else and I'd be so much worse off in terms of points. I'm still confident in my team. I don't think I'm going to make any transfers this week, and just let the team perform how I expect it to over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Right, mates, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So today went through a review of my Game Week 1 team performance. Not on the greatest side, but I'm sticking with the process. I'm trusting my gut. I'm trusting the team. I'm just going to let it do its thing over the next couple of weeks and just see what happens. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, tell your mum, tell your postman, do whatever you need to do. Subscribe. Peace and love.